Welcome to episode 26 of the Reality Podcast, you guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also ring those bells for all notifications for daily wrestling content. If you guys are excited for Double or Nothing tonight, I want you guys to hit that thumbs up immediately. I don't have that much news here today on the podcast. I don't have that much news, but I'm going to just cover what I have for you guys here on the podcast. But if you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. On this Double or Nothing Saturday, today is Double or Nothing Day, May 25th, 2019. I hope Vince McMahon is suffering a shitstorm tonight after Double or Nothing. If you guys are excited for Double or Nothing, I want you guys to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys are expecting for Double or Nothing tonight. And if you guys are new to the channel, I want you guys to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Ringing those bells, guys, for all notifications. Check out episode 25 of the podcast from yesterday. The WWE 24/7 title was the USA Network's idea. Now, do I believe that? I have no idea. But it is what it is. Episode 25 of the podcast will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out Throwback Thursday, Backlash 1999 review. Undertaker kidnapped Stephanie McMahon on his rise to the World Wrestling Federation Championship. One of my favorite segments of all time was the Black Wedding. And I did my reaction to the Black Wedding at the end of Throwback Thursday. So, link to Throwback Thursday will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out NXT review, live on the channel right now. Prince Pretty is back on the Black and Gold brand. I know, I'm excited for TakeOver. Link to NXT review will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out SmackDown review from this past Tuesday. Dolph Ziggler returns and attacks Kofi Kingston. Don't know why. And then Kofi Kingston has to defend the championship against Dolph Ziggler at Super Showdown. Yet people are going to defend this garbage. Don't know why. Link to SmackDown review will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And check out Monday Night Raw review. Mick Foley unveils the new 24/7 championship. I gotta say this now about the 24/7 championship. That shit looks even more worse and more irrelevant than the women's tag team championships. Don't at me. It's factual. Link to Raw review will be in the annotation that you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on the channel. So make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. You guys are going to follow me on Twitter at Chris from Loring and Snapchat Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Let's get on with the news portion here, shall we? And also, if you guys want me to do a Double or Nothing preview and predictions video, I'll do that right here on the episode of the podcast today. But I'm going to go over the little news that I have before we do Double or Nothing preview and predictions here. AJ Styles. There's news on AJ Styles. AJ Styles might not be around for a bit. I wonder why. Here we go. AJ Styles looks to be taking some time off, but he still might have a big match in Saudi Arabia as well. Styles recently competed in a program with Randy Orton through WrestleMania, and he was traded to Raw after that. He was placed in the biggest feud possible on Raw against Seth Rollins for the Universal title, but he was unsuccessful in that attempt to snatch the gold, that Money in the Bank. Now he might be taking some time off. WWE's website is no longer listing AJ Styles for any television or live events until June 27th. This puts into question whether he will be actually working a Saudi show at all. Styles is still advertised for Super Showdown as well as Stomping Grounds in June. However, he isn't on the bill for any other events. AJ Styles recently inked a new multi-year deal with the company that could include a lot more time off. This might simply be a benefit for that of the new contract, but we will wait and see what happens from there. Now I'm here thinking that AJ might not be here for a bit, thinking he might just wait out his contract and then just leave. But I don't know. I mean, AJ, he's one of the best right now. He's one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. So if this is part of his contract, let it be. This is part of his contract. People were predicting that AJ was going to win the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank. Obviously, I predicted Rollins because, obviously, due to logic. I obviously thought that he was going to win the championship, but there you go from there. AJ Styles might not be around for just a little bit. There's AEW news. AEW has the next 6 months to a year worth of storylines planned. Vince, take notes. Vince, take fucking notes. Give me a second here. There you go. Take notes, Vince. Take notes. So there's news on AEW. They have the next 6 months to a year worth of storyline planned. WWE has an issue of booking long term. No shit, Sherlock. It is pretty hard to pull that off when they have a 73-year-old billionaire changing the script every single week. Give me a second, guys. There you go. When they have a 73-year-old billionaire changing the script every single week, AEW plans on being much, much different. I love different. AEW has some big plans for their show on TNT, and although they aren't selling their goals to set storylines 2 years in advance like New Japan Pro Wrestling does, the Elite is still getting things in order. While speaking to Chris Van Vliet, I watched the interview with him and Cody Rhodes. It was a really good interview. I'll link that interview down below in the description for you guys. Cody Rhodes revealed that AEW has the next 6 months to a year worth of stories already planned out. This is what Cody had to say, and I quote, "I say we have a pretty good bearing on 6 months to a year." Exactly that. Long-form storytelling is great in every medium, whether it's film or TV or whatever it may be, to know and work backwards. We've got a good, what I call it, like a syllabus. There's a syllabus to what we're doing or what we're going to do. But one thing that Matt Jackson is really good about pointing out is some things to just catch fire, and one thing that we want to do differently other than wrestling that's out there is you can't deny something when it catches. So if something catches, we're going to push that. We're going to promote that. If an individual catches, we're going to push that. If we're going to promote that, and that all starts with double or nothing. End quote. I'm telling you guys, go watch that interview with Chris Van Vliet and Cody Rhodes. I'll link the video down below in the description for you guys. We already knew All Elite Wrestling has things booked at least through the summer because Pac refused to lose a future match against Kenny Omega. We can only assume that match could have been off for the All Elite World Championship. Now the title is said to be defended in a much different way. Knowing that All Elite Wrestling has things planned out this year and far in advance is pretty exciting, to be honest. If they haven't given some serious thought to what they want to do, now we will just have to wait until the actual show debuts on TNT in the fall. But Double or Nothing should give us a pretty good clue about what to expect as well. Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega are smart businessmen. Very smart. You don't see Vince keeping a storyline on the same day of Raw. You don't see it. You really don't see it. Then at the same time, people in creative, they're being stressed out and everything else because Vince is constantly changing the script with every week. I heard that Monday Night Raw didn't even have their freaking script done into the second hour of the show. But then again, they had the script for SmackDown already done. So what does that tell you about Vince? Vince doesn't give a fuck. Meanwhile, AEW, Cody Rhodes and everybody else, they have their storyline 6 months to a year already planned. They know what they want to do. I'm just excited for it. Let's see what happens from there. I'm really excited for their storylines and everything else. And it's pushing it. So I'm ready for Double or Nothing tonight. If you guys are ready for Double or Nothing, leave that thumbs up. There's news on Sasha Banks. I don't know why there's news on Sasha Banks. I mean, at this point, if I'm Sasha, I would just wait out the entire contract that she has left and then leave. Could you imagine if Sasha Banks shows up at Double or Nothing tonight? Can you imagine? That would literally break the internet quick. But there's news on Sasha. Sasha Banks gets an inner lip tattoo during WWE hiatus. I don't know. I really don't know. Sasha Banks has been able to do a lot of things during her hiatus from the company. She went to the Dominican Republic on vacation. She got to do yoga with goats, and she hung out with her cousin Snoop Dogg. Now she has a lip tattoo out of the experience. Tattoo artist Jonathan Garcia posted a picture of the boss with her new Protect inner lip tattoo. She looked pretty happy to have this new ink and be done with the painful experience. He wrote about giving Banks her first tattoo. This is what he said, and I quote, "Protect lip tattoo on Sasha Banks WWE. Thanks for letting me do your first tattoo," end quote. And it shows a picture on Instagram at his Instagram profile. Most people don't go for the inner lip when they're getting their first tattoo. I wouldn't do that either. Then again, Sasha Banks marches to the beat of her own drum. It's also a good idea to get her ink somewhere that isn't visible, because when she does eventually make her return to the company, her ring attire doesn't approve many places to hide a new tattoo. I'm looking at the tattoo right now on Instagram. It's like right here. You see the inner lip? It's like right here. Right there. That's where it is at. And it says Protect on it. It looks nice. It looks like a nice tattoo, but I wouldn't even get my first tattoo on the bottom lip. I would just do it on my arm somewhere, or like my back somewhere. Taker has a tattoo on his neck. That's got to be one of the most painful places to ever get a tattoo from. But we're all waiting for Sasha Banks' return. We don't know when she's going to come back. I mean, if she doesn't come back, I wouldn't blame her whatsoever on it. I wouldn't blame Sasha at all if she doesn't come back. I mean, how you guys feel about Sasha? Let me know down below in the comment section. How do you guys feel about Sasha Banks? And now my MacBook just froze, so now I have to do this via my phone. Give me a second, you guys, while I turn my MacBook off. If I can turn my MacBook off. There you go. And then shut down. Look, this isn't technically my MacBook. This is my girlfriend's MacBook. So you guys see right here. This is my girlfriend's MacBook. Just gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna read the rest of the news here from my phone. What news do I have here? I read the AJ Styles. There's Sasha. There's news on Sting, actually. If I can find the report. Here. There was possible news on Sting's opponent if he was to ever come back to the WWE. I'm going to save some of this news for tomorrow for episode 27. I have a report here on my phone that says Sting says he would return for one more match. It better be against The Undertaker. Sting's career was legendary, but it's hard to argue that his run with WWE was cut drastically short due to injuries. Still, fans would love to see him have another match in the ring. During StarCast, Sting was asked if he would come back for one more match. He might have announced his retirement from pro wrestling at the Hall of Fame back in 2016, but his answer didn't seem 100% reflect that. The Stinger said he would come back for one more match, but it would have to be for the right price. If AEW is willing to offer that kind of money for Sting's return, it might be interesting. But although he didn't say it, the better bet could be a trip to Saudi Arabia with the WWE. Since fans got Goldberg versus Taker out of nowhere for Saudi Arabia Super Showdown, which we still haven't gotten no build yet, that means a fabled Sting versus Taker match might actually be possible now. However, a lot would need to be worked out before that could actually go down. We'll have to wait and see how the pro wrestling landscape unfolds in the next few years, but you can apparently never say never to seeing Sting lace up his boots one more time. If they booked Taker versus Goldberg out of nowhere for Super Showdown, there is no question, no fucking question, they can do Sting versus Taker. Now, I've booked this plenty of times, and I'm going to book it here again. You want Sting versus Undertaker, you do it when Taker has his final match at WrestleMania 36. If Taker decides to retire at WrestleMania 36, I would have Sting come back from retirement, and honestly, you can book this at Survivor Series. You can book the match for Sting and Taker at WrestleMania. You can have Taker come out of Survivor Series. You can have Sting come out. at Survivor Series. Sting challenges Taker to a match at WrestleMania. From there, you can start that build from November all the way to April of 2020. You can do the same thing with Taker when what they did to Ric Flair. You can have Flair be inducted into the Hall of Fame and then have him have his final match. Do the same thing for Taker. Have Taker be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Have his last match against Sting. Taker retires, and then the next night on Raw in Tampa, you got this whole farewell address with The Undertaker. From there you go. That's what I would book. That's what I would do. But it's never too late for a Sting Taker match. It's just never too late for that. What else do I have here? Well, there's news on the Young Bucks as well, if you guys want to hear about this. The Young Bucks seemingly confirmed what night AEW will be on TNT. AEW is the talk of pro wrestling, of the pro wrestling community right now. And with Double or Nothing going down tonight, there is sure to be a lot of news coming out of the event. I think tomorrow's episode, which is episode 27 tomorrow, should be a loaded episode. However, fans are still waiting to find out exactly when AEW will start their show on TNT. This will be the last report before I give you guys my Double or Nothing preview and predictions video portion of the podcast. We previously reported that WWE seems to know what night AEW will be on TNT. This was revealed to Matt and Nick Jackson while speaking to Sports Illustrated because WWE plans on airing their new FS1 talk show on Tuesday nights. While reacting to WWE's plan to air a Tuesday show, Matt Jackson said he didn't know another organization was running an opposing show to AEW, which was news to him. However, with this admission, he kind of revealed that AEW on TNT will be a Tuesday night show. This is what Matt Jackson said, and I quote, "It's exciting to know that so many fans who may not have seen or even heard about us now have the opportunity to do so. TNT will shine a spotlight on so many talented wrestlers who look, feel, and sound so different than what casual fans might be used to. I didn't know any other wrestling organization was planning on airing opposite of us until this interview, so that's news to me," end quote. Nick Jackson replies saying that he loves it because wrestling is competition. WWE needs some big competition real fast. WWE has been very comfortable for the past 20 years, but that is about to change. This is what Nick Jackson said, and I quote, "I love it. That's exactly what wrestling needs right now, competition. They've been so comfortable for the last two decades that they need something like this. This only helps the whole landscape of wrestling," end quote. If AEW is going to be on Tuesday nights, then the Tuesday Night Dynamite name could be of some great use to them. They copyrighted the name and followed through with making it official despite saying that they didn't know which night of the week they'll be airing a TV show. It might be interesting to see how AEW's show is handled when it comes to TNT's commitments for other sporting events on Tuesday nights, but there is still a lot of unanswered questions at this point. Can you blame Matt and Nick Jackson for wanting competition in this day and age in professional wrestling? No. You can't blame them whatsoever for that. You just can't. You cannot blame them whatsoever. Now, Nick said it best. They've been comfortable for 20 years. Meaning, talking about Vince and World Wrestling Entertainment. They've been comfortable for over 20 years. They need competition. That is big facts. Matt and Nick Jackson, like I said, Matt and Nick Jackson, they are brilliant, smart businessmen. They know what they want. They know what the people want. AEW is going to give what the people want. Do you see Vince giving the people what they want? No. Do you see Vince on a weekly basis just, giving the fans what they want and what they've earned? No. No. Vince on a weekly basis spits in our face and laughs with money in his pocket. You're not going to see that in AEW. You're clearly not. You're not going to see that at all in AEW. I think AEW will be different. I think AEW would be a successful show tonight. And I think All Elite Wrestling will be a very successful business company when it's all said and done. All right, I'm going to give you guys now the preview and predictions for Double or Nothing here on the portion of the podcast here. There is 9 matches to be on the card. Well, two of them will be on the pre-show. 2 of them will be on the pre-show. So we're gonna go with the bottom, going up with the card. We got Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta versus Angelo and Jack Evans in a tag team match. Now, I'm not really familiar with these 4 people, but I've heard good things about them. I've heard really good things about them. If I had to pick a team to win, I got the Best Friends winning. I got Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta winning this tag team match over Angelo and Jack Evans. We got Anga Khan, Yuka Sakaki, and Emily Sakura. This is a 6-woman tag team match. One up against Hikaru Shida, Iru Abi. I can't pronounce their names here. And Ryu Mitsunami. I got, if I can pick one, I got Aha Khan, Yuka Sakazari, and Imi Sakura. I can't even pronounce their names. Forgive me here, please. Like I said, I don't have that much news here for the podcast. I do not have that much news here on the podcast here. So, very short episode. Tomorrow should be loaded, coming out of Double or Nothing tomorrow. Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara. I got Kip Sabian winning this matchup. I got Kip Sabian winning this match here. Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus the Lucha Bros for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. Now, I'm not going to predict the Young Bucks to win because it will look bad if they have most of their guys in charge win their matches. So, I got the Lucha Bros winning the AAA Tag Team Championship. Should be a great matchup. Should be a great tag team match. Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose versus Kyrie Ray. I got Britt Baker winning. We got the 21-man Casino Battle Royal. Winner receives the future AEW World Championship match against Chris Jericho or Kenny Omega. I got Shawn Spears winning. I'm going to pick 3 guys here to win. Shawn Spears, Orange Cassidy, which Tiffany should be going crazy on right now, or Joey Janela. And in fact, to add a 4th, MJF. So there you go. If I had to pick one, I would probably pick MJF to win. Cody versus Dustin. I got Dustin winning. Simple fact is because Dustin is representing an era of wrestling, the Attitude Era. Cody is representing this era of professional wrestling. I expect this match to go at least a half hour of this matchup. So there you go. We got SoCal, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky versus the Strong Hearts, Seema, T-Hawk, and Olindaman. I got SoCal winning this matchup. Jericho versus Omega. I got Jericho winning. This matchup. And I believe that's about it. Yeah, I got everything else here. I covered everything else here on the podcast. Very short episode here of the podcast, but hope you guys enjoyed this short episode of the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought. What are your predictions for Double or Nothing tonight? If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Check out episode 25 of the podcast. Live on the channel right now. It'll be in the annotation. Throwback Thursday, live on the channel. NXT, live on the channel. So is SmackDown and Raw. This is the official home of the reality podcast right here on the channel. So make sure you guys are connected with your boy Chris on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Enjoy Double or Nothing, you guys. Tweet at me what the heck is going on, because all of a sudden I can't order the pay-per-view because I got to save up bread. So I will not be covering Double or Nothing. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 27 of the podcast. Until then, enjoy Double or Nothing, and I will talk to you guys on the very next episode.